Good evening. Thank you. That wasn't free press. We had a group photo scheduled prior to the start of our legislative session. We're going to conduct our legislative caucus prior to calling our legislative session to order. Mr. Truesdale will lead our roll call. I will lead the invocation this evening. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Councilwoman Davis. For communications, we have a presentation on the Downtown Improvement District's annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. Mr. Todd Vanderwoody, Executive Director, and Sydney Musser, Social Media and Marketing Specialist, will lead that presentation. Then we will open the floor for courtesy of the floor, followed by the approval of the minutes for the legislative session that occurred on February 24th, 2026. There are 2 committee reports that you will hear this evening. I will deliver the first report on behalf of the Administration Committee on the work session of March 3rd, 2026. The next report will be delivered by our Public Works Committee Chair, Councilman Rodriguez, on the work session of March 3rd, 2026. We do not have any ordinances for first reading. There are 3 ordinances for amendment: Bill 2 of 2026, Bill 3 of 2026, and Bill 4 of 2026. There are 3 ordinances for final passage: Bill 2 of 2026, Bill 3 of 2026, and Bill 4 of 2026. We will then move to resolutions. The first resolution for consideration is Resolution 10 of 2026, which we will vote upon. Resolution 11 of 2026, which we will vote upon. Resolution 12 of 2026, which we will vote upon. Resolution 13 of 2026, which we will vote upon. Resolution 14 of 2026, which we will vote upon. Resolution 15 of 2026, which we will vote upon. Resolution 16 of 2026 will move to the Administration Committee. Resolution 17 of 2026 we will vote upon this evening. I will request a suspension of the rules for discussion. Resolution 18 of 2026 will move to the Budget and Finance Committee. And then Resolution 19 of 2026 will move to the Administration Committee. Is there any old business for discussion, council members? Seeing and hearing none. Any new business? Seeing and hearing none, then we will adjourn. Okay, the time is 6:10 p.m. I'd like to officially call our legislative session to order. Mr. Truesdale, could you please call the roll?
Ms. Davis?
Present.
Ms. Green?
Present.
Mr. Jones?
Here.
Mr. Lawson?
Here.
Ms. Rawls?
Present.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Present.
Ms. Hill?
Present. I will lead the invocation this evening. I would like to ask to please keep the following residents, families, and friends in your thoughts and prayers in the coming weeks and months ahead. Mr. Hazel McWhite received his formal education in the Harrisburg School District. He was a proud graduate of William Penn High School. He was a talented member of the track team. He was later employed with Harrisburg Public Transportation, where he retired. Miss Linda Poteet, she was a loving mother, grandmother, sister, aunt, and friend. Miss Kay Smith, she received her formal education in the Harrisburg School District. She was a proud graduate of Harrisburg High School. In her leisure, she enjoyed watching classic television shows. She will be remembered for her loving heart, kind spirit, and generous nature. Reverend Dr. Calvin Edmonds, Sr., he was a longtime city resident who began his ministry at Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church. He also held leadership and administrative roles with the Pennsylvania Department of Education and the Pennsylvania Department of Health, where he retired in 1998. In his leisure, he enjoyed traveling the world, including trips across North America, Africa, Asia Minor, Europe, Australia, and the Caribbean. Pastor John Wesley Manigault, affectionately known as JW, moved to Harrisburg in 1965. He established C&J Drywall with his partner, Reverend Cleveland Martin. He will be remembered for his stylish dress and his smile, which could brighten up any room. Miss Robin Freeman. She received her formal education in the Harrisburg School District. She graduated from Harrisburg High School, where she participated in JROTC, and she was a member of the basketball team. She was employed by the Harrisburg School District, where she served as a security officer. In her leisure, she enjoyed arts and crafts. And we will continue to keep the family of Miss Tirza Cameron, Deputy Solicitor, in our thoughts and prayers in the months and weeks ahead. If everyone could please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Councilwoman Davis. Thank you, Councilwoman Davis. For communications this evening, we are joined by Mr. Todd Vanderwoody, Executive Director, and Ms. Sydney Musser, Social Media and Marketing Specialist with the Downtown Improvement District, to discuss the annual St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Well, good evening. Again, I'm Todd Vanderwoody, the Executive Director for the Harrisburg Downtown Improvement District, and with me I have Sydney Musser, who's our Social Media and Marketing Specialist and coordinator of the parade again this year. And thank you for the opportunity to be here this evening. We get to talk about the upcoming St. Patrick's Day Parade, which is going to be a week from Saturday, March 21st. The parade starts at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going to talk a little, Sydney's going to talk about the parade. I'm going to talk a little bit about the activities running up to the parade. So with regards to the parade, of course, it's here in downtown. We're going to line up the groups, just like with the city's holiday parade. We'll line up the groups on City Island in the Market Street Bridge. They will go over the Market Street Bridge, traveling to 2nd Street and turning left. And the stage will be set up right out front of the City Government Center here for viewing. And so the parade will continue on down 2nd Street and then turn left up on North Street, up by the Y, and then go to Front Street and then back to the island. Again, a map of the parade route and a list of the road closures. Sydney's going to go over those here in a little bit, but can be found on our parade website, which is harrisburgstpatricksdayparade.com. Before the parade, we have another exciting event here for downtown, very unique event. It's the Lucky Charm 4-mile race. A lot of races in the area, of course, are 5Ks, which is 3.1 miles, 10Ks, 6.2 miles, of course, the half marathon, marathon, all that stuff. But this is something a little different, the Lucky Charm 4-mile race, which, again, it kind of opens the racing season here in the Harrisburg area. The race will start at noon, and it's very unique in the effect that it starts right at the stage, right here in front of the City Government Center. And they use the route where they'll run up 2nd Street, right downtown here. Then they'll cut over to the Market Street Bridge, run around City Island, come back into the city on the Walnut Street Bridge, and then finish right in the stage area again. So it starts and finishes right at the parade stage. It's very, very unique. The runners absolutely love it. Running down 2nd Street with the road closed. It's the same closures as we use for the parade, so it works out very well. So each runner that participates will receive a medal and a customized race T-shirt, as well as a gift certificate to Fleet Feet Mechanicsburg, who puts on the race for us. The race is limited to 1,000 participants, and it fills up each and every year with that. So again, there will be age group prizes and awards presented. And that'll be about 1:30. So as the race finishes up, we'll be setting up for the parade, but then we'll do awards at the stage about 1:30 or so, leading off to the kickoff of the parade. And I'll turn it over to Sydney for that.
All right, my name is Sydney. I'm the parade organizer. What a cool job this is. It's such a fun event to plan, and it brings a lot of people downtown, and some of the groups we have in the parade are just amazing. It's really cool to see all the groups across Pennsylvania and the community that come to participate. So we currently have over 60 groups participating, so we anticipate the parade to be about an hour in length. It's the perfect amount of time if you are running in the race and you just want to chill and watch the parade and then stay after for some food. We have a lot of our usual groups joining, like the Blue Moon Cruisers, with a bunch of cool and classic old cars, the McGinley School of Irish Dance, of course, plenty of bagpipes. I'm sure everybody loves hearing that. I mean, you can't ignore it when it comes echoing down 2nd Street. So we have Keel Nave Pipe Band, Nittany Highland Pipe Band, so be sure to wear your green and plenty of tartan. We have the Notre Dame Club of Harrisburg, the Harrisburg Senators, Perry County Old Iron Collectors, the Steelton High Spire Marching Band, and there are plenty of fire trucks from the area, lots of departments that come to participate, so there is truly something for everyone at the parade, and it's great for community groups to get some visibility and participate. So that includes our sponsors, and we are very, very fortunate to have so many great community sponsors, especially here in downtown. Some of our sponsors include Ace Distributing, Explore Harrisburg, Cargill, Bourbon Street Saloon, JB Love Drafts, Nocturnal, the new Capital City Music Hall, Sawyer's, Sheets, Zembies, the PA Skill Games and Capital Vending, McGrath's Irish Pub, of course, the Mad Moose, Sturgis Speakeasy, and Fleet Feet. Also of note, Todd had mentioned that the Lucky Charm will be occurring before the parade. There will also be plenty of St. Patty's themed parties after the parade, including at Nocturnal, at Sawyer's, at Bourbon Street. There will also be a Battle of the Bands at Capital City Music Hall, so it is just going to be a great day to be downtown. There's something going on at all hours of the day. So we look forward to seeing the Sea of Green downtown. It's great to get everyone together. Sound will be provided by Ross Productions, and the most exciting part of the parade, of course, is the street closures. Everybody wants to know when they can get downtown and park. So of note, street closures will be from about 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. on March 21st. It's early due to the Lucky Charm occurring just before the race. The Market Street Bridge will close at 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. So anybody trying to enter for runners or parade participants will have to enter via the West Shore rather than Harrisburg, since streets will be closed. Parking will be available at the Market Square Garage at the corner of 2nd and Chestnut with a special event parking fee of $10. All other information is available at our website, harrisburgstpatricksdayparade.com, and we look forward to seeing everyone downtown on Saturday.
Thank you very much.
Okay, any questions for us?
I don't think so, but I will ask council members, do you have any questions regarding the upcoming St. Patrick's Day Parade?
Yes, President Hill, I have one question.
Okay.
Will there be activities in Strawberry Square as well this year?
I don't believe so.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Okay, seeing and hearing none, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, we appreciate it.
We will move forward with our meeting agenda. Next, we have courtesy of the floor, just a few housekeeping notes before we begin. If you're interested in offering public comment, please state your name and your address for the meeting record. If you don't feel comfortable sharing your address, please share the vicinity in which you live within the city. You will have 4 minutes to share your comments. Mr. Truesdale has added a timer to the screen for your reference. I will begin to my right. Is there anyone that would like to offer public comment? Is there anyone to my right that would like to offer public comment? Okay, seeing and hearing no one. Anyone in the middle section? Is there anyone to my right, we'll go back, that would like to offer public comment? If so, please kindly come to the microphone and state your name and your address for the meeting record. If you don't feel comfortable sharing your address, please share the vicinity in which you live. Thank you.
First of all, I've been here before. My name is Pete White. I've made myself visible before. I'm here today, basically, because I'm totally disenfranchised with some of the conduct of certain council members. We have a scenario here where we're trying to organize and set up a collective activity for leveling the economic playing field, which I mentioned to you before, the city council was totally remiss. Yet, I'm hearing in the streets from other individuals, being a contractor, that they've been discouraged by a council person, that what's going on here is irrelevant. I find that heinous. I find that less to conducive of the encouragement and the transitions in Harrisburg. We have a female council member who's officially made the news for some very frivolous, vindictive-sounding, clandestine arrangements of legality. I think that's an embarrassment for basically what your function should be here. Description of your job indicates that there's an abject failure of recognition of what city council is about. You have to be aware of the fact that you are supposed to be a vanguard for this city, not a disruptor, not an underminer, but rather, with all the issues we have out here to address, there's more than enough time for real mental capabilities to get into it. It makes me question the competency of some of the members here of the city council to even be on this job. Because as far as I'm concerned, as far as the job description goes, you've abjectly made some failures. I'm going to leave you with that thought because signature of 1,000 people got you on the ballot. Another 1,000 can remediate that. Have a nice night.
Thank you. Is there anyone else to my right that would like to offer public comment? I don't want to miss anyone.
Hello, everyone. Martin Gross with the Art I Do Painting Company. What I'd like to know, by show of hands, who fears success? I'm glad the council do not put their hand up. Know why? Because to achieve in Harrisburg, you gotta let the skin color represent itself, right? Nobody's begging. Nobody's pleading. Years ago, they put some on our backs, call us slaves. So can we render this an ability to let someone take control without y'all arguing about it? Don't argue. Let the failure be in the hand of the person who's willing to do it. So we look at our mayor. We look at Dina. She wants to achieve something for y'all, to make y'all. So people say, wow, Harrisburg, they have achieved something that a lot of Washington, D.C. is where I'm from. I have seen a lot of cruelty. I'm 71 years old. A bullet in the head of every man that spoke proud. The dragging of a person in the street because they only wanted to make $1 to feed them family. So I'm asking y'all, could you achieve something for us? Because it's going to make y'all look good. If you use one person that should let you achieve something, that's your mayor, Dina, and her entourage of men, or contractors or women too. They want to achieve something. But it's going to make y'all look good. But you're going to say, wow, that's not normal. For the majority of people on the counter, you are colored, very pretty skinned. How about achieving something that's not normal? All the people around, they got many complaints. They could talk about what toilet to flush and what bacteria to come out of them bodies. Don't make it a criminal. Don't make it a charge. Try yourself to make one person achieve something for y'all. It's going to make y'all look good. Once it comes out, guess what? They're going to say, y'all have done something that have achieved. I'm quite sure you have many paperworks in front of you. You know what's going on in Harrisburg. The murders, the thievery, the lack of ability to achieve. They need y'all to help them. Period. Thank you for hearing me.
Excuse me, Mr. Gross. I don't know if you stated your address. I know you stated your business.
Well, I'm from Washington, D.C.
Yes, I got that.
Okay, but if I state my address, then I almost feel like a slave. You know why?
Well, we need something to add to the meeting record. So you either need to share your address or the vicinity in which you live, one or the
I live in
other.
Harrisburg.
Okay.
I live on the hill about
Okay.
Reservoir Park,
All right.
2004 North Street.
Okay.
I'd
That's
love for y'all to
sufficient.
come and have some curry chicken and fried fish with me.
Oh, no, thank you. But thank
No,
you
no,
for your
thank you.
address.
You said no thank you, but not everybody else.
Okay. No, thank you. Is there anyone else? Is there anyone else to my right that would like to offer public comment?
Good evening. My name is Trish Robinson, and I don't live in the city, but I have a business in the city. So I want to bring some positivity here. So I want to first of all, thank City Council for your supporting Evolve Youth Trades Academy. The second thing I want to ask is that our students right now are working at the old Polyclinic Hospital. They're doing some renovation along with ECI and another small contractor. What they have asked me is for city council, any city council member, as well as the Harrisburg School District, as well as some of the other schools, Stilton High Spire and Commonwealth Charter Academy, to be a part of to come out to see what the students are doing and possibly take a picture with them. So I just wanted to make that public. So if anyone is interested, please reach out to me and let me know if you're interested in doing that. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else to my right that would like to offer public comment? Anyone else to my right? Okay, seeing and hearing no one. Anyone in the middle section, please.
Good evening, City Council. My name is Wendy Shaver. I'm the co-director of Power to the Hill. We're located at 124 South 13th Street in the heart of Ellison Hill. We are a voter engagement group working to improve voter turnout in the Ellison Hill area, as well as facilitate community action projects to connect the importance of voting with positive community action. We are currently, as I have shared here before, working on a community action project that the neighborhood voted on to increase youth programming in the neighborhood. Since the last meeting where I had spoken and said we wanted to meet with the Director of Parks and Rec, Mr. Kevin Sanders, my co-director and I, Ms. Lita Beam, had that meeting, and he had all of the staff of the Parks and Rec there, so thank you for that. And Councilman Rodriguez came to our kickoff meeting and shared the great work that he is doing with youth programming and gave us some inspiration, so thank you for that. We learned about the summer playground programs that are happening at 2 parks in the Hill, at Vernon Street Park and Reservoir Park, which are both wonderful programs, and the people at Parks and Rec are doing a good program there. This is Emily DeFabo, another volunteer of Power to the Hill, and she was a part of the discussion group specifically talking to community members about their wants and needs for youth programming in the Hill. So I want her to share a little bit more about what the people of the Hill would like to see to make their lives better for their children beyond the summer programs at the parks.
Thank you, Wendy. Again, I'm Emily DeFabo. I actually live in Hershey, but I do volunteer with Power to the Hill, so I'm down in Allison Hill pretty frequently. With our volunteer group, we literally knock on doors up and down the streets in Allison Hill, and I've gotten to know the beautiful children of the Allison Hill neighborhood, just the sweetest group of kids you could ever want to meet. Getting to know them, getting to know their parents, we have discovered that the parents are in a position that doesn't surprise anyone. With their employment, they have to choose between transporting themselves to work or being home with their children. And this isn't a situation that anyone wants to be in. So we know that at Scott School, there is currently not a good, solid after-school care program for the parents of the children in the neighborhood that attend that school. So we would like to do everything in our power with your collaboration to provide a safe, educational place for these children to be while their parents are at work. I recognize almost every face up here. You guys have come down, rolled up your sleeves, knocked on doors, chatted with neighbors right along with us. So I know that you've spoken to the same mothers, fathers, children, and child care workers that I had the opportunity to speak with, and I know that all of your hearts agree with this mission. So we just wanted to keep our name and our faces in front of you so that once we have things more finalized, everyone knows everyone, and we can make this program for the adorable kids that we have in Allison Hill. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the middle section that would like to offer public comment?
Hello, everybody. My name is Arthur Jefferson. I own South Central PA Restoration, and I'm the founder of Big Us Work-Based Training, a nonprofit organization. I live at 1952 Maniter Street, Harrisburg, 17104. And my purpose of being up here is to speak on the positions of Dina and Miss Gloria Martin Roberts. I want to say that even though they serve 2 different positions, I kind of feel like they're the same with bringing us contractors from Harrisburg up, helping us get better positions. I know Miss Gloria Martin Roberts. She stood on the line for me a couple of times when I was trying to join the program and working within the program, and messed up a few times, and she brought it to my attention as well as helped me get better. So I want to say that not only do they help me, but they help us as a unit, because there's not too many people that can represent the city of Harrisburg, the contractors within the city of Harrisburg, and try to put us in positions to where we can get better employment to feed our families. So I just wanted to put that out there, and I thank you guys for your time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the middle section that would like to offer public comment?
How y'all doing, City Council? My name is Robert Weldon. Y'all know me, 1210 Market Street. It is very difficult because now they are trying to come in and wrap it. Now, wrapping is only temporary. Now, I'm going to say this once again. When they go and wrap it, all they're going to do is just wrap it and leave it. So HPMG, Harrisburg Property Management Group, is not going to do anything of remediation. So now what they're going to incur is basically black mold and incubator. That is going to have the whole entire building condemned. Now, I'm going to say this to your legal guy. I read the same law books you do. Okay, I read at a 5th year college level. I read that at 6th grade. So don't sit there and ever tell me that what I have cannot be filed under criminal. I am trying to pursue manslaughter charges for me and my fiance, who died in 23 because of City Limits Realty. I know the difference between civil and criminal, and what I'm pursuing is criminal. Don't ever sit there and tell me like you did on Thursday what you told me. That's a lie. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the middle section that would like to offer public comment?
May I finish something? And one more thing. You told me this. It is not the choice of a codes officer to make that choice of him whether or not to report asbestos or not. He is bound by federal code to report asbestos. You told me it was his choice.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Good evening, City Council. Kia Fowler, North 5th Street. And I read for Resolution 19, Resolution 19, appointing Ms. Catherine O'Flaherty to serve on the Harrisburg Architectural Review Board of the City of Harrisburg. My understanding is that individuals nominated to this board, of the 4 non-real estate, non-architects, they must have both a knowledge of historical preservation and interest in historical preservation, and must live within the historical purview of the city or historical overview neighborhood. That specific neighborhood. After reviewing Ms. Flaherty's resume, I see only a financial background, no background in history or architecture or art history. I fully believe that she's very passionate about preserving the character of the neighborhood, but I would just like to know how her qualifications fit within knowledge of historical preservation. Second, for those, I'm sure a lot of us are aware of the civil litigation that was filed on Friday. I don't like to really discuss this right now because the law will be what the law will be. That being said, the way it's being portrayed in the news, I am disappointed in Mayor Williams for some of the comments that she's made. Whether it was intended or not, whether she or her office drafted the statement to say that she believed that keeping the interim head of department was a grandfather policy, at least to me, portrays kind of a backhanded move. I'm not saying it was intentional, but I'm just saying that that's how it was come across to me, a resident living here. Not a whole lot of other contentious things going on tonight, so thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the middle section that would like to offer public comment?
Good evening, Stephen Gristow. I live on Bow Street. I have been born in the Harrisburg Hospital, raised in the city, living here for decades. And it's concerning a resolution that you had passed 2 Tuesdays ago unanimously, and that is that the city will not work, that is, along with the immigration and customs enforcement officers concerning illegal immigrants. First of all, let me say this. In being an inner city minister for a number of years, in Hoover Homes, a young black man was shot. I stopped my car and pulled to the side of the road. He was shot 3 times in the back. As a minister, I knew enough to pray for him. I told him to call on Jesus because I knew he didn't have long to live. And sadly, he did not live. So I have ministered to people. They called me the white man with the brown heart. Hall Manor, Hoover Homes. I went to places that most people would not go. Latinos, all of them, ministering to them. The city of Harrisburg, it has had a lot of crime over the years, as we know. Thankfully, it's gone down. But there was between 10 to 15 million illegal, unvetted immigrants that came across our borders. Are you aware that 1.5 million of them are being absolutely officially documented to be deported by judges? They're roaming all throughout America. If you think for a moment there's no criminals in this city that cross the border, you're fooling nobody but yourself. You want to keep the city safe? Then you need to work with them to get these. We're talking people that are rapists, pedophiles, human trafficking, and I could go on. I could go on and on and on. But if you truly want to keep, and not to mention the burden that it puts on city taxpayers, how would you feel if you got a bill in the mail and you found out that you're paying your neighbor's electrical bill? You say, there's a mistake here. Well, that's what we're doing. We're paying somebody else's bill on our backs. I had a bill, excuse me, I got the floor, thank you. Thank you. So I got the floor, thank you. So the point is, there is a burden put on the legal citizens. I've been paying taxes over 50 years. And so, but there's a lot that do not. Thank you. Stop interrupting.
Excuse me,
I've got
please
the floor.
refrain and allow him to conclude his comments. He has less than a minute to go.
I know, and I may take back some time from being interrupted. Thank you. So the point of it is that there are, we've seen it. We had 4 Amishmen slaughtered on a highway in Pennsylvania by an illegal immigrant, the guy that should have never had a license. How many more people have to die here in Pennsylvania, in the city of Harrisburg, till we wake up and work with those that want to get rid of the criminals? You know what, everybody, it's interesting that nobody wants to really get involved with that until you find out, oh, my son, my daughter was molested by an illegal immigrant. Then all of a sudden you get involved. Why is it that it would be only your own family and not others? And that's been proven. That's been proven.
Thank you for your comments. Your time is up.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else in the middle section who would like to offer public comment?
Good evening. My name is Melanie Cook. I live in the 3000 block of North 3rd Street in the city of Harrisburg. First, I would like to acknowledge the law enforcement officers that are here in the room. Both President and the Vice President of City Council know I reached out earlier this week to request some type of security for City Council meetings. And given what has occurred in the city of New York and in other places, I think it is imperative that we have protection at all times at these events. So I do want to acknowledge and thank those who have arranged for the Harrisburg police officers to be present. Also, I want to note for the record that no one's heart is black, white, green, brown, or purple. Our hearts are all the same. It is how we approach humans that we come in contact with. And if you are raped, murdered by someone who was born in the United States, you are no less victimized or dead. The city of Harrisburg, you have led by example and with true leadership. You have been elected to put forward the wishes of those people who reside in the city of Harrisburg. We are a population of Black and brown people, some of whom are here in an undocumented status. But those of us who live and work and have friendships with people of all different backgrounds know how hard people work to be here, to get here, and to stay here. As I have said before, in 1980, when I was in college, I served on a congressional committee in Washington, D.C. for immigration and refugee policy. This country has not moved forward 2 inches to make it easier for people to legally come into this country, and we should be doing that, and we begin locally to see that that takes place. I also want to note for the record that there are 1,372 properties that are fully tax exempt in the city of Harrisburg. That is a total of $1,557,552,730 total assessed value dollars. When people talk about the city of Harrisburg, our government and our school district being unable to meet our needs, $1,557,000,000 worth of property is totally tax exempt. Let that figure sink in. So those who want to say, and it is true, it is an absolute crime that only 12% of the students theoretically tested in the city of Harrisburg are proficient in reading, 3% proficient in science, and 2% proficient in math. But yet we are still graduating 62% of the students. So please make that math make sense. We have to work as a city government, and as a school district. Apparently, both the city and the school district will not be let out of state oversight until both are on some even keel. We need to say to our governor, you walk the streets on behalf of businesses in a corridor in downtown. How many of our schools have you entered into? When Bernie Sanders was here, he made a point of stopping and speaking with a group of Harrisburg City School students. How many have been invited to the governor's office to talk to him? It is not enough for people to criticize this city when state government frequently is standing on our throats and preventing us from moving forward. So I say to you who are lobbying to do the right thing, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the middle section that would like to offer public comment? Okay, seeing and hearing no one. Anyone to my left?
Good evening, City Council. My name is Taimika Moore. I live in the Allison Hill area of Harrisburg. I come again before you to express the situation that happened to me several years ago in reference to Gloria Martin Roberts grabbing me, physically assaulting me while on the job. I worked under her for a little bit of time. It was about 3 months. She caused a very hostile work environment. We really didn't get too much work done, a lot of talking, a lot of eating, a lot of going out on city time and shopping and doing things. So I wore my shirt on purpose. No, City Council, I beg you, do not vote her back into that position. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else to my left that would like to offer public comment?
Good evening, council members. Robert Williams, 1630 North 5th Street, Harrisburg, PA. I don't know if these people that spoke in the mayor's favors on her payroll or not, but they're not educated. The mayor has been in office for over 4 years, got $47 million in ARPA funds, $13 million for the playground that hasn't been done, had numerous extensions for this playground. The last extension is up this March. This was extension since 2023. She's had this $47 million the whole time she's been in office. $8 million affordable housing fund didn't come about until August of 2025. She had that money when she stepped foot in office. I met with City Council in 2023. I made my own affordable housing plan, my own economic development plan, a civilianization plan for the 30-something officers that were short, but we have officers here today, even though we're short of officers. I've done a lot for free. And this $8 million affordable housing plan that it took 4 years to come up with is unlawful. Her own NOFO, which is Notice of Opportunity of Funding, Notice of Funding Opportunity, is unlawful. She said she would have 3 people on the committee. It was only 2, so it's unlawful. How can 3 people score something independently when one person is tied to the ICA, Doug Hill? It's not independent. It's unlawful and unethical. And the mayor has a problem with following the laws. Didn't follow the Citizens Complaint Ordinance, which many people I've brought in here that ordinance has been violated. Didn't follow the Title II ordinance with Gloria Martin Roberts. 120 days. No, you try to skate around the law. She wants her in there for a reason. She didn't bring her in front of you for a reason. She didn't want CLEAC. for a reason. The reason is she doesn't want people in office that's going to be accountable. When someone holds her accountable, they get fired. Nate Spriggs, fired. Jonathan, fired. Anyone that holds her accountable, they're fired. 4 years she was in office. No major problems have been solved. Governor Square, still an issue. Broad Street Market, still an issue. Every major thing that has been an issue is still an issue. Nothing has been solved. The problem I have with you guys is that you have been bending over to accommodate her too much. She brought in front of you the market, the Broad Street Market financing. You should have voted against it. It was too soon, too rushed, and it was too much money. 48% of the reserve left went to this, and you rushed it in for a resolution. And money was reallocated, over $1 million. That was reallocated through a resolution, and the law says it has to be done in an ordinance. This solicitor, I agree, does not know the law. He's told me plenty of times things that's not lawful. Plenty things. So we'll be in court. Like I told myself, I won't even come in here no more. I'll see y'all in court. Because he has no problem wasting the taxpayers' money going to court for things that you know that you can't win. Already wasted our money for this first thing. That's why we're here right now. Because these things should have been solved with an ordinance or with Grover saying file a quo warranto with the AG or the district attorney's office. We wouldn't have had to spend money for this. That would have been county that would have solved this. We're here after spending money. We're still here at the same place for the same woman that's been in office for almost 2 years past the time she is allowed under the law. Please do not allow this administration to keep breaking a daggone law. Thanks for allowing me to share.
Is there anyone else to my left that would like to offer public comment?
Good evening, Council. Carrie Fowler. I live in Midtown. I'm here tonight to urge you to vote no on the appointment of Gloria Martin Roberts as Director of Building and Housing Development. This department oversees housing programs, federal HUD compliance, development projects, and millions of dollars in public funding meant to support Harrisburg residents and strengthen our neighborhoods. This role requires deep knowledge of housing policy, federal programs, and economic development strategy. Ms. Martin Roberts' professional background is primarily in healthcare administration, not housing policy, HUD programs, or municipal economic development. These are specialized areas that require experience and expertise to manage effectively. Even more troubling is the fact that approximately $5 million in COVID recovery funding has remained tied up in the department for nearly 2 years. These funds were meant to help residents recover from the pandemic, support housing initiatives, and stabilize neighborhoods. Instead, they have remained stalled while community organizations and residents wait for resources that should already be working in our neighborhoods. The explanation we continue to hear from this office is that these problems were inherited. At this point, that excuse has run its course. Leadership is not about explaining problems, it's solving them. There have been also widely reported concerns, which we also heard tonight from an individual, who work within the department that Ms. Martin Roberts spends more time tending to personal matters than carrying out the responsibilities of the office. When these kinds of concerns are consistently raised by agencies and partners working with the city, they should not be ignored. And I would like to ask the council a direct question. What are the qualifications that make her the right person for this job? What measurable results or accomplishments can you point to that demonstrate that she is prepared to lead the department? If there are facts that justify this appointment, the public, the city of Harrisburg, the residents, the taxpayers deserve to hear them. Let's also call this what it appears to many residents, a political favor from the mayor rather than a merit-based appointment. That perception alone undermines public confidence in city government. Harrisburg is facing serious housing and development challenges. The city needs a leader who understands HUD programs, knows how to move funding efficiently, and has the experience to deliver results for the residents. For the first time in a long time, this council is legislating effectively and showing real independence in its decision-making. Let's keep it that way. Harrisburg residents are watching and counting on you to continue making decisions based on what is best for us, the city, the taxpayers, the residents, the voters, not political convenience. For the sake of accountability and the residents who depend on these programs, I strongly urge you to vote no on this appointment and reopen the search for a qualified candidate. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else to my left that would like to offer public comment? Okay, seeing and hearing. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. My name is Joel Castro. I'm by Market Street and 18th. So there's a lot of violence near where I live. Yeah, like a few months ago, there was some guy with like a submachine gun, like shooting outside my window. I thought he was shooting at the house. I couldn't tell, but they were shooting at each other. So yeah, there's an issue with dialogue. I think people don't know how to de-escalate. People don't know how to communicate, and as a result, that spills over to the people, you know, who are in the surrounding areas. So basically, I'm a software developer. I want to offer what I created. It's a website. If any of you are interested in taking a look, it's onemind.life. It gets any group of people to anonymously come to consensus. So yeah, please check that out. And basically, onemind.life, ONEMIND.life. So basically, just yeah, take a look at that, and I don't know. If you're interested, let me know. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll ask again, is there anyone to my left that would like to offer public comment? No one? Is there anyone else in general throughout the room that would like to offer public comment?
Hello, City of Harrisburg. My name is Malika. I'm not giving my address. I live downtown. I stay down here in this area. And my concern is all the corruption here, state, federal, Supreme Court, fecal fraud, human trafficking, tunnels in the schools. They're funded by bonds and securities. And our children, 460,000 of our children in the United States of America are missing and have been exploited from this land, international and global. I'm asking the City of Harrisburg to help me promote human rights so it can actually be put to a stop with me, and to deal with the children and their safety in the schools, because there's tunnels in every school in all 52 states, and it's supposed to stop with those who are in power. So I want to address calling on the City of Harrisburg for our children, and what is being done, and do you guys know about the trafficking tunnels in our schools in this state and every other state, and why isn't human rights being taught, and why is the safety of our children not being addressed? Is it being covered up? There was a young lady that came here. She was raped in a school, Nothing was done. The child was not removed. And they cried out to me because they feel like no one is like really fighting for them. She yelled at the principal, and the school was shut down because these children feel like, why is those who are in power not addressing these things? Me, as a parent, me living on this planet for 42 years, knowing what I've lived and seen and know our history, I'm not gonna get into that. I'm standing up for the children and calling on the city of Harrisburg, city, state, and federal, on teaching human rights and dealing with officers, because I'm gonna be coming here. I spoke to the chief of police. From here, I talked to the principal after schools on our children and want to know, why is people in power not addressing these issues? And why is our children crying out to me at CASA feeling like nobody is doing anything? There's Epstein files, and them children are concerned about their future. I'm stepping in because it's going to stop with me, and I don't want to go any further, but I'm asking, can I connect with anybody in here? Can you go to humanrights.com, and can we get this talk starting here, working state, federal, to stop human trafficking and deal with the safety of our children? I'm not pointing fingers, I'm talking about our children. Can anybody go to humanrights.com, and can I and this little girl start this here? Because you guys are in power. I'm not pointing fingers because I don't know what's going on. I'm just talking about, can I start here with you guys, that we can teach human rights? And I'm going to be also talking to the chief of police about it, because he said that I can call him and just go from there, because I want to be a hero to the children.
Do you mind waiting until after our meeting to speak with our Public Safety Committee Chair,
Sure.
Councilwoman Green?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Is there anyone else that would like to offer public comment? I don't want to miss anyone.
Yes. My name is Kelly Summerford. I'm 1937 Market Street. I have no problem letting anybody know where I live. And I didn't come here today to say anything to council. In fact, I haven't been here since I sat up there. And it's very important to me to express something today, because I heard a very good friend of mine's character being attacked. Now, I don't think any of you or the administration thinks any of that is positive. Now, I've worked with Gloria Martin Roberts, and she sat up there as well. So anything that one individual said, hire somebody who knows how to do that work. She sat up there, and if she wasn't qualified, then I am really questioning this whole thing. I seriously have a problem with attacking people's character. I don't come down here, I don't give any press conferences, and I could, but I don't, because I believe you guys can handle your own business. But that attacking people is not right. All of the individuals in here have a past. Understand, no one is perfect. It is, well, I mean, bring it, I don't care. That is not why I'm here. I am here to give something positive. But when I hear my friend being attacked, her character?
Excuse me, everyone. Okay, you have 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
I have 2 minutes, but again, you know, people are talking from the audience. That means nothing to me. I know her to have good character. I know her to do her job very well. And all you have to do is research. And you are right. She has a lot of background in health, but she also had a lot of background doing this. It is important that we treat people respectful. Treat people respectfully. If you have something that's serious, bring it out. But when you're attacking people's character, that is not clear. And trust me, we will not, history will not be kind to none of this. I am a historian, and I understand history. There are only 50 cities like this, okay? 48 on the mainland. Let's not be the one who tears down people just because you don't like them. Let's not be the one who says people's character is bad because you don't like them. You all have a job. Please do it. And I had that job. So I'm not talking about something I don't know about. Please, just be respectful. Don't tear anyone down.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to offer public comment before we move on with our meeting agenda? Excuse me, you've already had an opportunity to offer comments? No, there were two other people that were coming up that already.
Good evening, Honorable Council. My name is Ronald Chappell. I live on Brookwood Street on the hill in Harrisburg. And all I wanted to do was ask a question. Now, there's been many things said, many accusations made against Ms. Gloria Martin Roberts. And before a subsequent vote is taken, I'm just wondering, will she have the opportunity to respond if she chooses to?
There will be an opportunity for her to respond to any questions that council members have regarding her appointment under Resolution 17 of 2026.
Well, I'm speaking primarily of the accusations made against her.
We will not be entertaining the accusations. As I mentioned, we will, if council members have questions related to Resolution 17 of 2026, there will be an opportunity for Ms. Martin Roberts to answer those questions.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Do you have comments? Okay. I was waiting for the other gentleman who would like to offer public comment to come to the microphone if you're talking to me. Please proceed with your comments.
My name is Louis Butts. I started a lobbying company in Harrisburg, and we really need to turn around and move away from a lot of this negative stuff because we're wasting a lot of time. We got to think we're in our 250th anniversary of America, and I don't see us preparing to gather some economic development from the time. I mean, let's do something while we have the time, else the time will pass us by. I have a project for the State Street Bridge to where we can hang all of our flags that we've earned from Camp Curtin. We can tell the story, and we won't lose the time. It will give us some identity. It's our history. It will give us some solid identity that we can teach our children so they learn about what we did for America. This is a time that we can do this. So let's keep some things in our pocket, and keep it isolated if it's negative, and work on something that is timely. We got to clean up. We should clean up the State Street Bridge, along with the terrace. It looks horrible. Along with the bridge, we have to respect something so we can get some economic benefit. Gettysburg has an economic benefit from having their history presented. Let's just do something that's smarter. And it's about ourselves, focusing on ourselves. We can do some reenactments, put everybody to work. Let's keep the negative somewhere else. Gloria, I don't mind. Look, this is our body. Everybody's one body. People make fun of me. You feel me? We got to take our hits. They say I'm so grandiose with whatever, but I'm really not. Let's use what we have. The school board, we can't even go to the same school board meeting. We have a very important school board meeting right now that half of us should be at. But we can't be there. They're separating us, they're isolating us. Everybody that should be over there is here. We got to work this out, and you know we do. So let's say, come on, we got to stagger one of these meetings so we can, because our kids are important. If our kids are important and we're here, they need us there too. Okay? So we got to think, there's got to be some easy solutions. It's not hard. Stagger a meeting so this body can be there so they're not knocking down something that we already have. We're spending $5 million to knock down something that we have so we can have it zero again. It's exhausting. You feel what I'm saying? Let's just stop it. You got to stop something. It's got to stop. Okay? That's all I'm saying. It ain't about me either. It's about getting some respect going on. And we got a memorial bridge that's historical. Let's put Harrisburg at full dress. Let's work with Governor Shapiro and say we have something that we can say is ours. And I got seconds. And I got seconds. All right, y'all be good. Just be good.
Thank you. We're going to move forward with our meeting agenda. Next, we have the approval of the minutes for the legislative session that occurred on February 24th, 2026. Council members, are there any revisions to those meeting minutes? Okay, seeing and hearing none, the minutes stand approved. Next, we will begin reports of committees. I will deliver the first report on behalf of the Administration Committee on the work session that occurred on March 3rd, 2026. On Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026, the Administration Committee met to discuss 2 bills and 4 resolutions. Bill 2 of 2026, an ordinance for giving and discharging 2024 and 2025 city real estate taxes, including interest, penalties, and costs, and striking off tax liens for certain historically tax-exempt properties. Bill 3 of 2026, an ordinance amending Chapter 2-301 of Part 3 of the Administrative Code regarding department heads, appointment and duties, and acting heads to update and clarify provisions regarding such appointments. Resolution 12 of 2026, a resolution authorizing the City of Harrisburg to negotiate and enter into a lease agreement with Lamar Advantage GP Company, LLC, for the purpose of maintaining an existing billboard on a portion of city property located along South Cameron Street, north of the intersection of Magnolia Street. Resolution 13 of 2026, a resolution authorizing the City of Harrisburg to negotiate and enter into a lease agreement with Lamar Advantage GP Company, LLC, for the purpose of maintaining an existing billboard on a portion of city property located along South Cameron Street, south of the intersection of Magnolia Street. Resolution 14 of 2026, a resolution authorizing the City of Harrisburg to negotiate and enter into a lease agreement with Lamar Advantage GP Company, LLC, for the purpose of maintaining an existing billboard on a portion of city property located along South Cameron Street near the intersection of Elliott Street. Resolution 15 of 2026, a resolution ratifying and approving the 2026 through 2028 Basic Labor Agreement between the City of Harrisburg and Local 521 American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, Council 13. Bill 2 of 2026 was discussed first. This is the 4th bill in the series of tax exemption bills that we've been taking action on. The bill addresses tax exemption for churches. The 2 churches who are seeking an exemption are Mount Olive Baptist Church and formerly Agape Ministries. Council members asked the following question. There was a tax year clarification question. So it's for 2024 through 2025. Another question, how does this play out moving forward? Another question was, have all of the churches responded? Solicitor Neil Grover noted that all churches that are still functioning have responded. I encourage my colleagues to support Bill 2 of 2026 to ensure that our churches receive their appropriate tax exemption. Bill 3 of 2026 was discussed second. Solicitor Neil Grover discussed acting department heads occurring on a case-by-case basis. Council members had no questions. I encourage my colleagues to support Bill 3 of 2026 to end the practice of interim directors in this administration and all future administrations. Resolution 12 of 2026, Resolution 13 of 2026, Resolution 14 of 2026, and were discussed, they discussed various lease agreements with Lamar Advantage GP Company, LLC, for the purpose of constructing and maintaining billboards on a portion of city property fronting Paxton Street, located, that's Resolution 10, sorry. The intersections of Magnolia, south of Cameron Street, north of the intersections of Magnolia Street and Cameron Street, near the intersection of Elliott Street. Antonia Magna, Special Assistant in the Business Administrator's Office, was present to answer questions. He noted that some of the signs are already built and that a new agreement 15 years in length is the term. I encourage my colleagues to support Resolution 12 of 2026, Resolution 13 of 2026, and Resolution 14 of 2026, as these billboards will provide advertisement opportunities for the city of Harrisburg and other local Harrisburg-based businesses. Resolution 15 of 2026, Jack Dean, our labor counsel, participated in the work session via Zoom. He highlighted the major terms of the 2026 through 2028 proposed collective bargaining agreement, including the following. It is the term is for 3 years, 2026 to 2028. The holiday of Juneteenth was added. It's our understanding that employees were receiving that as a holiday off, but it is now included in their scheduling. Article 15 discusses wages. Section 1 is 4%. It's retroactive to January 1st, 2026. There's a $1,000 one-time bonus, and then a 3% increase for the next 2 years. Article 20 discusses medical and hospital benefits, specifically Section 4, subsection F, discusses increased reimbursement for Medicare supplement by $10 per year to $370 by 2028. Council members asked the following clarifying questions. Are there similar increases or similar bonuses to last year's agreement? Extra holiday bonuses, as we noted, weren't in the contract, but in memorandums of understanding. Rate increases, bonuses are less to provide annual bonuses. I encourage my colleagues to support Resolution 15 of 2026 as the negotiation has already occurred. A favorable vote is the final step. This concludes the report of the Administration Committee. The next committee report you will hear will be delivered by our Public Works Committee Chair, Councilman Rodriguez, on the work session of March 3rd, 2026.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening to all in attendance. On Tuesday, March 3rd of 2026, the Public Works Committee met to discuss one bill and two resolutions. Bill 4 of 2026 is an ordinance amending Chapter 9-301 of Title 9 of the Harrisburg City Code regarding the municipal waste recycling, and composting to authorize the identification and designation of business establishments for the placement of city-designated litter receptacles, i.e. hotspot cans, outside public exits consistent with the findings of Pennsylvania Litter Action Plan 2021. Joining us to discuss was Director West from the Harrisburg City Public Works Department. Director West expressed the need for a corner store ordinance and how important it is to replace the usage of the obsolete stone cans and replace them with the new black can, orange lid substitutions. This legislation ties directly into the city's comprehensive plan and the PA Litter Mitigation Action Plan for cleaner and safer cities. Questions from council were minimal, but the ones that were asked were around the pickup frequency of these cans and what would be the penalty for those non-cooperative. Also up for discussion was Resolution 10 of 2026 and Resolution 11 of 2026. Resolution 10 of 2026 is a resolution authorizing the City of Harrisburg to negotiate and enter in a lease agreement with Lamar Advantage GP Company, LLC, for the purpose of constructing and maintaining a billboard on a portion of city property fronting Paxton Street, located at 1812 Paxton Street. And Resolution 11 of 2026 was a resolution authorizing the City of Harrisburg to negotiate and enter in a lease agreement with Lamar Advantage GP Company, LLC, for the purpose of constructing and maintaining a billboard on a portion of city property fronting I-83 located at 1812 Paxton Street. Joining us was a representative from Lamar Advantage GP and Antonio Megna from the Mayor's Cabinet to discuss this set of resolutions. Questions from council were minimal, but everyone was in agreement that a lease agreement would earn the city proceeds, which would be beneficial and productive to the economic development of the city of Harrisburg. Conversations were very productive, and I highly encourage my colleagues on council to support this bill and both resolutions on tonight's legislative agenda. And that concludes the report from the Public Works Committee work session for March 3rd of 2026. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Rodriguez. We do not have any ordinances for first reading. We will move to ordinances for amendment. Our first ordinance for amendment is Bill 2 of 2026. Mr. Truesdale, could you please read it into the record?
Bill 2, 2026, an ordinance for giving and discharging 2024 and 2025 city real estate taxes, including interest, penalties, and costs, and striking off tax liens for certain historically tax-exempt properties.
Thank you. Next, Bill 3 of 2026. Mr. Truesdale, could you please read it into the record?
Bill 3, 2026, an ordinance amending Chapter 2-301 of Part 3 of the Administrative Code regarding department heads, appointment and duties, and acting heads to update and clarify provisions regarding such appointments.
Thank you. I move that the following language be added to the end of subsection 2-301.5, subsection C. Except as set forth herein, the mayor is prohibited from appointing an interim or other temporary department head, and the controller shall be prohibited from approving or issuing any compensation associated with any such appointment. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. I will entertain a motion to suspend the rules for discussion.
So moved.
And there's a second. Okay, thank you. So before us, we have Bill 3 of 2026. There is an amendment on the floor. Council members, are there any questions regarding the amendment?
No, I have none.
Okay. Seeing and hearing no questions, Solicitor Grover or...
Yes, Madam Chair.
I just wanted to know if you had any commentary before resuming our legislative session?
No.
Okay. I will entertain a motion to resume the legislative session.
Motion to resume the session.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. So before us, we have an amendment. I will read the language again. I move that the following language be added to the end of subsection 2-301.5 subsection C. Except as set forth herein, the mayor is prohibited from appointing an interim or other temporary department head, and the controller shall be prohibited from approving or issuing any compensation associated with any such appointment. So it was moved and second. Council members, are there any questions, comments, or concerns related to the amendment on the floor? Okay, seeing and hearing none, Mr. Truesdale, could you please call the vote?
Ms. Davis,
Yes.
Ms. Green,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yay.
Mr. Lawson,
Yes.
Ms. Rawls,
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Ms. Hill.
Yes.
The amendment passes by a vote of 7-0.
Thank you. Next, we have Bill 4 of 2026. Mr. Truesdale, could you please read it into the record?
Bill 4, 2026, an ordinance amending Chapter 9-301 of Title 9 of the of the Harrisburg City Code regarding the municipal waste, recycling, and composting to authorize the identification and description of business establishments for the placement of city-designated litter receptacles, hotspot cans, outside public exits consistent with the findings of the Pennsylvania Litter Action Plan.
Thank you. Council members, are there any amendments to this bill? Okay, seeing and hearing none, we'll move forward with ordinances for final passage. The first we have Bill 2 of 2026. Mr. Truesdale, could you please read it into the record one last time?
Yep. Bill 2, 2026, an ordinance for giving and discharging 2024 and 2025 city real estate taxes, including interest, penalties, and costs, and striking off tax liens for certain historically tax-exempt properties.
Thank you. Council members, are there any final questions, comments, or concerns related to Bill 2 of 2026? Okay.
I would just note that I will be recusing myself due to my aunt being the pastor at one of the churches.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Truesdale, could you please call the vote?
Ms. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yay.
Mr. Lawson,
Yes.
Ms. Rawls,
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Ms. Hill.
Yes.
Bill 2 of 2026 passes by a vote of 6-0.
Thank you. Next, we have Bill 3 of 2026 as amended. Mr. Truesdale, could you please read it into the record?
Bill 3, 2026, an ordinance amending Chapter 2-301 of Part 3 of the Administrative Code regarding department heads, appointment and duties, and acting heads to update and clarify provisions regarding such appointments.
Thank you. Council members, are there any final questions, comments, or concerns related to Bill 3 of 2026? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Truesdale, could you please call the vote?
Ms. Davis,
Yes.
Ms. Green,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yay.
Mr. Lawson,
Yes.
Ms. Rawls,
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Ms. Hill.
Yes.
Bill 3, 2026 passes as amended by a vote of 7-0.
Thank you. Next, we have Bill 4 of 2026. Mr. Truesdale, could you please read it into the record?
Bill 4 of 2026, an ordinance amending Chapter 9-301 of Title 9 of the Harrisburg City Code regarding the municipal waste, recycling, and composting to authorize the identification and designation of business establishments for the placement of city-designated litter receptacles, hotspot cans, outside public exits, consistent with the findings of the Pennsylvania Litter Action Plan.
Thank you. Council members, are there any final questions, comments, or concerns related to Bill 4 of 2026?
I just had one comment.
Yes.
I just wanted to say thank you again to Councilman Rodriguez for bringing this bill forward. I know this is a joint effort and we're doing this together also, but he brought it forward to have make sure receptacles were placed outside of corner stores as a way to continue to keep our city beautiful. So I just wanted to thank him again for Bill 4 of 2026.
Thank you. Are there any other comments?
Yes, Madam President. I just wanted to thank everyone for the draft of the bill, legal for helping it come down to the floor, the collaboration with Madam Mayor's office and everyone on council. Long time coming, all of our stewards of environmental freedom and keeping the city of Harrisburg clean. It's been a long time, so thank you and your leadership and VP Jones and the rest of council and everyone that had a hand on it. I know at the time when we drafted it, said wasn't even in his role he is now, so it's been some time. So I'm appreciative to get this done for the city, and I can't wait to see it enacted. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yes, President Hill, thank you. Thank you, Councilman Rodriguez, for bringing this forward. I am in favor of this. I do have a question for Solicitor Grover in reference to the city lots, the blanket lots. Is there anything out there to keep those lots clean, or were there any
Are you talking about vacant lots, parks? What are you speaking of?
vacant lots?
So that we have a
Vacant lots that the city owns.
yeah, we have a lot administrator who coordinates the cleaning of those lots, the cutting of the grass. We outsource the cutting of the grass and the snow every year by contract. There's so many of them. And the lot administrator position is probably only 4 years old. There's been a lot of attempts to trying to find a way to manage those lots, which are fairly challenging because they're spread out all over the city. And I think we're at 400 plus at this point.
How can we get in touch with the lot administrator?
Through Mr. West. He works for Mr. West.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any other questions, comments, or concerns related to Bill 4 of 2026? Okay, seeing and hearing none, Mr. Truesdale, could you please call the vote?
Ms. Davis,
Yes.
Ms. Green,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yay.
Mr. Lawson,
Yes.
Ms. Rawls,
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Ms. Hill.
Yes.
Bill 4 of 2026 passes by a vote of 7-0.
Thank you. We will now move forward with resolutions. The first resolution for consideration this evening is Resolution 10 of 2026. Mr. Truesdale, could you please read it into the record?
Resolution 10, 2026, a resolution authorizing the City of Harrisburg to negotiate and enter into a lease agreement with Lamar Advantage GP Company, LLC, for the purpose of constructing and maintaining a billboard on a portion of city property fronting Paxton Street located at 1812 Paxton Street.
Thank you. Council members, are there any questions, comments, or concerns related to Resolution 10 of 2026? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Truesdale, could you please call the vote?
Ms. Davis,
Yes.
Ms. Green,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yay.
Mr. Lawson,
Yes.
Ms. Rawls,
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Ms. Hill.
Yes.
Resolution 10 of 2026 passes by a vote of 7-0.
Thank you. Next, we have Resolution 11 of 2026. Mr. Truesdale, could you please read it into the record?
Resolution 11, 2026, a resolution authorizing the City of Harrisburg to negotiate and enter into a lease agreement with Lamar Advantage GP Company, LLC, for the purpose of constructing and maintaining a billboard on a portion of city property fronting I-83 located at 1812 Paxton Street.
Thank you. Council members, are there any questions, comments, or concerns related to Resolution 11 of 2026? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Truesdale, could you please call the vote?
Ms. Davis,
Yes.
Ms. Green,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yay.
Mr. Lawson,
Yes.
Ms. Rawls,
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Ms. Hill.
Yes.
Resolution 11 of 2026 passes by a vote of 7-0.
Thank you. Next, we have Resolution 12 of 2026. Mr. Truesdale, could you please read it into the record?
Resolution 12, 2026, a resolution authorizing the City of Harrisburg to negotiate and enter into a lease agreement with Lamar Advantage GP Company, LLC, for the purpose of maintaining an existing billboard on a portion of city property located along South Cameron Street, north of the intersection of Magnolia Street.
Thank you. Council members, do you have any questions, comments, or concerns related to Resolution 12 of 2026? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Truesdale, could you please call the vote?
Ms. Davis,
Yes.
Ms. Green,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yay.
Mr. Lawson,
Yes.
Ms. Rawls,
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Ms. Hill.
Yes.
Resolution 12 of 2026 passes by a vote of 7-0.
Thank you. Next, we have Resolution 13 of 2026. Mr. Truesdale, could you please read it into the record?
Resolution 13, 2026, a resolution authorizing the City of Harrisburg to negotiate and enter into a lease agreement with Lamar Advantage GP Company, LLC, for the purpose of maintaining an existing billboard on a portion of city property located along South Cameron Street, south of the intersection of Magnolia Street.
Thank you. Council members, are there any questions, comments, or concerns related to Resolution 13 of 2026? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Truesdale, could you please call the vote?
Ms. Davis?
Yes.
Ms. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yay.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Ms. Rawls?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Ms. Hill?
Yes.
Resolution 13 of 2026 passes by a vote of 7-0.
Thank you. Next, we have Resolution 14 of 2026. Mr. Truesdale, could you please read it into the record?
Resolution 14, 2026, a resolution authorizing the City of Harrisburg to negotiate and enter into a lease agreement with Lamar Advantage GP Company, LLC, for the purpose of maintaining an existing billboard on a portion of city property located along South Cameron Street near the intersection of Elliott Street.
Thank you. Council members, are there any final questions, comments, or concerns related to Resolution 14 of 2026? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Truesdale, could you please call the vote?
Ms. Davis?
Yes.
Ms. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yay.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Ms. Rawls?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Ms. Hill?
Yes.
Resolution 14 of 2026 passes by a vote of 7-0.
Thank you. Next, we have Resolution 15 of 2026. Mr. Truesdale, could you please read it into the record?
Resolution 15 of 2026, a resolution ratifying and approving the 2026 through 2028 Basic Labor Agreement between the City of Harrisburg and Local 521, American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, Council 13.
Thank you. Council members, are there any final questions, comments, or concerns related to Resolution 15 of 2026? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Truesdale, could you please call the vote?
Ms. Davis?
Yes.
Ms. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yay.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Ms. Rawls?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Ms. Hill?
Yes.
Resolution 15 of 2026 passes by a vote of 7-0.
Thank you. Next, we have Resolution 16 of 2026. Mr. Truesdale, could you please read it into the record?
Resolution 16, 2026, a resolution to negotiate and enter into a lease agreement with the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation in the amount of $1 for a certain portion of right-of-way with parking and lighting improvements located under the South Bridge of I-83 to be used as parking for recreational activities on the capital area Greenbelt.
Thank you. Resolution 16 of 2026 will move to the Administration Committee. Next, we have Resolution 17 of 2026. Mr. Truesdale, could you please read it into the record?
Resolution 17, 2026, a resolution confirming the appointment of Gloria Martin Roberts to serve as Director of the Department of Building and Housing Development for the City of Harrisburg.
Thank you. I will entertain a motion to suspend the rules for discussion.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. I believe Ms. Martin Roberts. Oh, she's outside. Okay.
I'll grab her.
Well, let's move forward with the other resolutions, and then she'll come. Yes, let's do that, and we'll come back. Resolution 18 of 2026. Mr. Truesdale, could you please read it into the record?
Resolution 18, 2026, a resolution approving the second proposed 2026 budget reallocation, including an initial appropriation and allocation in fulfillment of contractual commitments.
Thank you. Resolution 18 of 2026 will move to the Budget and Finance Committee. The final resolution for consideration is Resolution 19 of 2026. Mr. Truesdale, could you please read it into the record?
Resolution 19 of 2026, a resolution appointing Ms. Catherine O'Flaherty to serve on the Harrisburg Architectural Review Board of the City of Harrisburg.
Thank you. Resolution 19 of 2026 will move to the Administration Committee. We're going to go back to Resolution 17 of 2026. believe Ms. Martin Roberts is now present in the room.
Good evening. I apologize to you. I was being interviewed.
Okay, thank you. I really don't have any questions. I think, as I've noted before, this was the second piece of legislation that we've been waiting for, following the joint stipulation with the court. So I don't have any questions here. I will open the floor to my colleagues who may have some additional questions. We'll begin with Councilwoman Davis. Do you have any questions?
Thank you, President Hill. No, I don't have any questions for Ms. Gloria Martin Roberts. I'm familiar with her work since I've been here, so I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Councilman Rodriguez, do you have any questions?
Thank you, Madam President. Yes, good evening, Ms. Gloria. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good to see you. How's everything going?
Everything's going fine, thank you.
All right. So how do you plan on increasing communications between council and your department if you receive the affirmative vote this evening?
Well, I believe that it would be helpful if I had on my calendar the availability of council members to meet with me. Now, some of you already do that, and you come and meet with me on a regular basis when you can. But I think it would be very helpful, and that's not just for me, but that's for any department, to be on a calendar so that you have regularly scheduled meetings, just to keep you apprised of what's going on in the various departments.
Thank you. Quarterly reports, is that something you'd be willing to continue? Coming down and actually giving the presentation yourself in front of council?
Certainly.
Okay. Let's just say for some reason you do get voted down this evening. Are there any workings with HUD or on a federal level that will be held up or in contingent due to your absence and kind of put the city in a hole?
Yes, we are under timeliness review, which means over the last 6 years, the city has not drawn down their federal funds. And so those funds have to be expended by August of this year. I have been working over the last 2 weeks. We have a plan. HUD came into town last month, and I met with them. And I have a plan to make sure that those dollars are spent down. And what we're going to do is pay for the soft cost related to the Broad Street Market. Those dollars would then go back into the general fund so that they can be used for other projects.
Okay, and I had a question for Antonio. Antonio, would you mind coming up to the microphone, please? How you doing, Antonio?
I'm doing good. How about
If you'd like to state your name for those in attendance, so they know who you are.
Antonio Magna, Business Administrator's Office.
So thank you. How will your role be affected or impacted if we lose our current director in Ms. Gloria's position?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been involved in a number of discussions related to various housing programs that we run at the city, as well as the LERTA process, which is still ongoing, as many of you know. If Gloria were to not be approved and would need to step away, that would affect nearly all of these programs, and especially the LERTA stuff. So my role then would be greatly affected because I would have to figure out a way to still continue to deal with the LERTA applications as they come in, even though I am not the individual that is supposed to be doing that. And then we would also have to find a workaround for how the HUD money can be spent, or what the plan would be moving forward. This isn't solved in days, this is solved in weeks or months, most likely.
So it could potentially pause a lot of things going for the city.
Yes.
Oh, man. Then, I hate to make it seem like I'm prying. I'm trying to get as much. It's not very often that we have both of you in the same room together, so I'm trying to gather as much info as I can. And as far as, this is my final question, as far as the ARPA funding, how has your office handled the ARPA funding, and has all funding that's been allocated have been distributed to all entities and groups that which it's supposed to go to?
Thank you. Well, the only ARPA money that I deal with is what they call the ARPA Home. And when I came on board, there was no program for the ARPA Home, none whatsoever. So I had to design, develop, and implement an ARPA program. So that's in existence. We are expending those dollars. We are providing rehab services to families in need, again, based on income, low to moderate income. We have completed 56 homes, and we have 86 more families waiting. The reason for the waiting period is because we share our contractors with our HRP program and our ARPA Home. Although we also, since I've been here, increased the number of contractors that we have. We have 19, 16 of them are minority contractors. And when I started, we had 8 minority contractors. One thing I implemented was a quarterly meeting with our contractors. And that was so that we could hear from them. They can tell us, what issues they're going through. Sometimes they have issues with even the people that they're serving, rehabbing their homes and so forth. They don't necessarily know how to handle them. An example is I have one contractor that was rehabbing a home, and in the contract, it clearly states that there are certain things the contractors can't do, and that's to prevent them from having any kind of legal problems and with us, with the contractors. These young men and women do an exemplary job, and so we try to be as supportive as we can to them. They are also very instrumental in bringing in new contractors, so that's why we have a quarterly meeting with them. We have also implemented a program. Somebody mentioned something about lead earlier, but in our codes department. I implemented a program where our lead program involves our codes officers in their training so that they know how to recognize lead and how to report it back to our lead program. And it's for their own safety as well as the safety of the homes that they go into where they're doing a codes inspection, but now they know what to look for in terms of lead.
All right, thank you. And I would have had a lot more questions, but when I sat down, I literally found out you'll be coming in front of us, so I tried to get some things together. And can you, because I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, being as though a lot of the public comment were geared towards your qualifications. Besides being on council and former council president, can you speak to some of your qualifications that actually, qualify you for your role currently?
Well, I have been a consultant to the federal government. I have served in state government, and of course sat on council and the elected school board and the board of control in the city of Harrisburg. Much of my knowledge and skills comes from sitting on the city council, because when you do your chairmanship, you should be meeting with staff and you should be learning about these type of programs that the city offers. In addition to that, as a chief operating officer, you have to know about facilities. And so that plays very well into what I'm currently doing. Learning government is important. You have to know the structure of government. When I worked for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I had the second largest grant in the health department. I ran the Bureau of Preventive Health Programs, which had all disease areas except HIV/AIDS. The knowledge of knowing about those diseases was not as important as the knowledge of being able to know how to work with other government.
Awesome, thank you. And then you had mentioned something with the contractors. How are you relaying that information to the Inclusion and Compliance Office with Ms. Dina to get that information on her continuity document? I was privy to see it, and I think it could be something vital that we can pass down from director to director. So how is your office?
We work very closely. with her office. And as a matter of fact, my program manager for the home program, HRP program, attends those meetings that she has so that he can inform our contractors of any type of new policies and procedures related to rehabbing homes, how you become a contractor for the city.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And Antonio, thank you. I'm sorry to kind of drag you up here. No further questions, Madam President.
Thank you. Councilwoman Rawls, any questions?
Thank you, President Hill, and good evening, Ms. Martin Roberts. Thank you for being here today. Councilman Rodriguez, I asked you some of the questions that I had, but you may expand upon them, especially the one about some accomplishments that you've had while being acting director in building housing. So I was wondering if you would like to expand upon that. Are there any other accomplishments that you have had while being acting director?
I have a 3-page list of the things that I have accomplished since I have been in this role. I can read every item on this list, or I can provide each of you with a copy of this. But this is actually, these are the things that I was confronted with when I came, and these are the issues that I have resolved. I have an excellent, and I have developed an excellent relationship with HUD. I'm going to give an example. Another issue that I was confronted with when I came in, you're all aware of the TLC project on Allison Hill, and also the Bethel project. And when I came on board, I had a notice from HUD saying that you are not allowed to pay for this project. And of course, I was stunned. I didn't know why. And when I called the regional representative, she said because HUD regulations were not followed on these programs, therefore you cannot use any HUD program funds to take care of those projects. I had a very good conversation with this person, and I said this wasn't done on my watch. These projects are completed. They're excellent projects. We need housing for our low to moderate income. This would be a catastrophe. We talked it out. HUD allowed me to go back and rectify what wasn't done properly the first time, and I was able to pay TLC for both projects. They can confirm that. I have no problem with you checking on this information. That's one of the things. Like I said, I can read this whole 3 pages if you want to, but we might be here to midnight. So,
just anything, if there is anything else that sticks out to you.
well, our HRP home program, I revised and implemented new policies and procedures. We were operating off of 20-year-old policies and procedures. And so we have revised those. It makes it easier for us in terms of getting services for our contractors, to pay our contractors, which all of you know that a long while ago, the one reason contractors didn't want to come into the city is because they weren't getting paid on time. So we have corrected that problem. I don't know what else you want me to say, but they're all here. And like I said, I can provide you with this list.
I'm fine. You can email me the list. I mean, the vote's tonight, but you can email it to me. But that's fine if that's it.
I will email this to you.
My next question was, what brought you to work for the city of Harrisburg as the acting director of the Building and Housing Department?
The mayor asked me if I would come in and direct the department. I think the former director had given less than 2 weeks. She was notified that there were several timelines that had to be met, and she asked me if I would come to work for the city. I did not give her an immediate answer. I took my time. Matter of fact, when she asked me, I was in bed with a broken toe and a sinus infection. So that's how I was asked to come. The mayor and I have sat on the elected school board together. We sat on the elected this office together for many years. So she was aware of my talent, skills, my expertise.
Okay. so more as a favor to come in and work for based off of your expertise and
I didn't
knowledge.
consider it a favor. I considered it a request that she wanted a competent person to come in and get the job done.
Okay. What goals do you have for how the CDBG funds are used? And I ask that because in earlier years and even under your acting director position, they've been used solely to be given to nonprofits, usually the same ones each and every year. It never really changes. But they can be used for other things, such as infrastructure for our city, which a lot of residents don't know about. So if you are confirmed, what and how would you use that money any differently than how it's been used?
Well, if you recall, I came before City Council last year, the end of last year, and recommended that from beginning with 2026 funding, that we direct those funds to the infrastructure of the city. I provided you with a list of projects that we had recommended to the mayor. She agreed, and this council also agreed to improve the infrastructure of the city. Things like better lighting in high crime areas, doing cameras, just rebuilding our city, our homes, going into the neighborhoods where we know we have homes that can be rehabbed to put them back on the tax roll. And so I met with all of the department heads when I came here, and they gave me their wish list. Improving our playgrounds is another initiative. So there's a whole list of things that we have recommended to council and to the mayor to do for the infrastructure. And I might say that this is happening across the country, not here. Just here. It's happening all over the country where municipalities are using their block grant money to improve infrastructure because they don't know how things are going to go in Washington. That's as delicately as I can put that.
Thank you. I don't have any further questions. I wanted to ask you those questions because I've been wanting to ask them to you for over a year or so, and I think that when confirmations come down, we ask these certain questions to see what is going on in departments, and I was never really able to ask you those questions. So thank you. I may have another question, but I think that's it for now.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Vice President Jones, any questions?
No questions.
Thank you. Councilwoman Green, any questions?
Thank you, President Hill. Good evening, Ms. Martin Roberts.
Good evening.
A lot of my questions were asked along the way, but I'll just start with the basic one. What makes you the fit for this position? Like, why do you feel like you fit in this position?
Because I'm doing a good job for the city, and my focus is on the residents of this city. I care about this city. If you look at what we have accomplished, because I don't accomplish it by myself, I accomplish it with my staff. We have addressed a lot of needs in this city, and especially homeowners and senior citizens. Plus, with the fact I have a very creative mind, so there are some other things that we would like to implement in dealing with the homeless population to get them off the ground, if you will, and so forth. So I have a very creative staff. We work closely together, and so we have a lot of hope to be able to improve the things in the city that needs to be improved.
All right. You've been in this position for quite a little while now. What would you say is your greatest accomplishment in this position?
Keeping our federal funding, and with the hope of, by doing that, it will open HUD's eyes and we can continue to get more federal funding, because if you recall,
Excuse me.
Maybe some of you don't know, but we used to get more funding than we get now. And over the years, it has steadily decreased. And so my goal is to see if we can get that raised back up, because we need it. But we have to prove that we need it by demonstrating to HUD that we're doing the right thing in our community that meets the federal goals.
Thank you.
You're
And then
welcome.
I think this might be my last question. If I have more, they'll come. But what are you doing to build a legacy after you're gone, right? So what are we putting in place? Because it seems like every time we get a new director in each position, it's like the last director didn't do this. I'm cleaning up this mess. I'm doing this. What are we doing to stop that? Because it seems like every time it's like starting all over again. It's a completely new will. So what standard operating procedures are being put in place so that if you hit the lottery tomorrow and decide that I didn't apply for the job originally anyway, right? It was someone came to me and asked me if I wanted it. So what are you doing to ensure that that continues on even in your absence?
And that's a good question. Having policies and procedures in place is vital, and we're working right now with our HUD consultants to design municipal policies and procedures related to our programs and our financing. Matter of fact, I had a Zoom call just this afternoon as we were going through those things. And there will be policies and procedures where any new person could come in and know how to direct that department.
Thank you. I think that's all the questions I have at the moment. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Councilman Lawson, any questions?
Yes, thank you. Good evening, Ms. Gloria. Thank you so much for coming here before us, and it's great that we get this opportunity to speak with you and see your vision for your department. When you first started speaking to us, you told us that when you took the position, you were in trouble because there was HUD money that hadn't been spent down. And we see that, with a lot of the money that's been awarded, it makes its way out slowly. What are you putting in place so that that is not an issue ongoing?
Well, the one thing, as I said, that it has not been spent down, and I had to provide HUD with a plan on how we would spend down that money. And that would be to pay for the soft cost related to the Broad Street Market. That will put us back on track. The other thing is, with all of the infrastructure projects needed in this city, we'll be spending like mad people.
And I probably didn't ask it properly. How do we make sure that that doesn't happen again in the future? What I want to make sure is, it's almost following up with Councilwoman Green's question where she said like a succession plan. Are we putting any standard operating procedures to say, hey, we get money that we award, we make sure that it makes it out, so that this way the people that are getting that award are not waiting, because many of them are making purchases and making decisions based on these awards. And if it takes years for them to get it, some of the smaller guys are going out of business. And we want to make sure that we just keep these things moving fluidly.
Well, some things I can control and some things I can't. So the best I can do is make sure that I stay timely with the things that I control. And if they're internal, go to the mayor and let her know that I'm having difficulty getting those things controlled.
Okay, so was the past holdup, was that more of an internal or an external thing that you had to solve? I understand you had to come in and it wasn't your deal, but was that, I just want to get my head around.
It was internal.
It was an internal. So that's something that you could, let's say if that were to, whatever HUD funds are awarded this year, you have processes in place that you can say, okay, we'll make sure that this can make it out there. Because
as long as the person making that decision follows those guidelines, yes.
Okay.
But I can assure you of one thing: HUD doesn't linger when it's time to notify us that we're doing something wrong.
Right.
I mean, they're on it, and they give you time for correction, and so the person in the seat has to be mindful of that, and make sure that you meet those timeliness schedules given by HUD.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And then there was a comment of your work history not matching up directly with this position. Is there anything within your past work history that you say, hey, this teaches me how to work with the federal government as far as funding and the like of that? And if you can expound on that just a little bit more.
Well, with the federal government, I've done workforce development. I've done welfare to work. I've been a chief operating officer, which includes dealing with facilities and a lot of other issues that home, like the rehabs and things like that, it all comes into play. But I'm going to say this, in any new position that a person comes in, not one person can know everything, and you do have a learning curve. The value that I bring is that I know how to work with government, I know how to develop, and I have developed relationships with HUD, and that's been very, very instrumental for being able to clean up a lot of stuff.
Okay, great. And that's everything that I have then. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I didn't have any questions initially, but as you were speaking and responding to some of the other questions that were asked, I do have a few. My first one is, and maybe this isn't a question for you, but I'm still going to ask, why did it take a motion for contempt for Miss Gloria Martin Roberts to come before council for a vote? Okay, no response. I'll move to my second question. Housing and healthcare are different industries. Would you agree?
I would agree.
Okay, thank you.
Except that in healthcare, it is broad, because you do have people in healthcare that need housing assistance, that are mentally ill, that are homeless, that have a litany of health issues that has a rippling effect on the quality of their life. And so with certain things, yes, but there's also areas within healthcare that marry housing, economic development.
But you noted that they are different industries. My next question is, or comment rather, you mentioned creative staff. Ms. Moore was once a creative staffer within your department. You came before council and you gave her a glowing recommendation during a meeting. So I just wanted to note that. You mentioned that your greatest accomplishment is keeping federal funding, but isn't maintaining federal funding a baseline function of the role?
It is, but I also need to remind you that we wouldn't do that if we're not going to do our job accurately, if we don't have a good relationship with HUD. And it's not just keeping it, but it's also increasing it, which is a goal of mine.
Okay, so isn't it an indictment on your nearly 2-year tenure in the role that your biggest accomplishment is maintaining federal funds that you haven't spent?
I've never had a job where I felt indicted.
Okay.
And it wasn't me that didn't spend down those monies. I was notified by HUD that those monies had not been spent down. And as soon as I was notified, I took action to correct the problem.
Okay, one final question. I don't know if this is for you, but don't you think it was improper for the mayor to wait 645 days before council had an opportunity to provide advice and consent? Do you agree that the mayor should follow the law?
I think that everybody should follow the law, but I will say this, that question should go to the mayor. I don't supervise her.
Well, I said I don't know if you are the appropriate person to respond to this question, but I will ask anyway. Are there any other questions, comments, or concerns related to Resolution 17 of 2026?
Yes, President Hill, thank you. As the Building and Housing Chair, I have met with Director Martin Roberts on several occasions, so I'm pretty much aware of what has been going on and how she has developed the department since she's been here. I was impressed with the team building efforts that she made. Everyone was aware of what's going on and everyone's aware of each project. So I just want to commend her for the job that she's done since she's been here. You know, I want to say thank you for being willing to step in and learn whatever skills you didn't know. That speaks volumes. I know I'm military, I'm a nurse. You know, I have done other jobs since, you know, coming here, prior to coming here. And there are skills that I have to learn to perform my job as a public servant. And I am willing and I am doing them. So having a learning curve is not a bad thing, but it's important that we're willing, and I'm thankful to you that you have been willing to serve the residents as you have. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. If there are no further questions, comments, or concerns related to resolution, Councilman Rodriguez.
Thank you, Madam President. I guess this question could be for either Antonio or Solicitor Grover. Just wanted to address the possible detriment, if any. Let's say if Ms. Gloria Martin Roberts does not get the affirmation, how long do you project a possible rehiring, and how long of a backlog of work do you foresee that becoming? Antonio or Solicitor Grover?
I mean, it's impossible to know how long it would take to hire someone. I can say that it's a rare person you come by that has the skills to be able to navigate both a municipal government and the federal government and create a good relationship with HUD and stop the potential of losing our funding and try to build a relationship on that. So it would take some time. I can't give a timeline. As far as work, again, this would probably back us up months at a minimum, because we'd have to figure out what we can and cannot do without a director for the HUD money, and who would be in charge of which sections of that, how do we spend it, what policies remain in place, don't remain in place. I mean, it just all depends. I don't have any direct answers for that. This would obviously have to involve conversations with HUD, but I would expect at least several months.
All right, that's all I had. Thank you.
Was that an appropriate question for the special assistant in the business administrator's office to respond to, Solicitor Grover?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, she's standing outside.
I believe the question was put to him if he could advise how long it would take. I think anyone can just take a guess at how long it would take.
Okay, thank you. If there are no further questions for Ms. Martin Roberts.
I don't have a question. It's probably more of a comment. And it's been said, and I know Mr. Kelly stood up and he also spoke on how you have been on city council. Mayor Williams has been on city council. Both of you have been presidents of city council, correct? I'm not wrong, right? Okay. And I think the thing that gets me the most is you both have stood in these leadership positions. And if any mayor had waited 600 odd days to bring down a confirmation to you, I know you all would have been livid. You would have stood your ground. You would have asked why they didn't come down. And I think what gets me the most is you want us to not stand our ground. You want us to allow it to happen. You want us to allow the law to be broken, and it's okay. And I respect you as coming in to help our department when our former building and housing director had stepped aside. And I remember you and I had a conversation, and I said, thank you for coming in to help, because if the mayor called you in to help, please, we need it. But I never knew when the role turned in from being acting and helping to now it's permanent, but we're not gonna send her down to be confirmed. Why, I don't know. And now you're coming down because the mayor was held in contempt. And once again, we're being asked to do something you all would have never allowed to happen under Mayor Reed, under Pappenfuss, under anybody.
May I respond to that? because I don't think it's fair that you believe what I would do or not do.
Oh, you're right. You know what? You may have not took a stand at all. So that's true. You are right. I cannot assume that you would have stood up and defended the law in that way. That's correct. And I do apologize for assuming that of you. I did assume that, so I will retract that, and I will leave that comment where it is. I just figured and that's my assumption, and people tell me don't assume, that because you are the legislative branch, you also checks and balance, and when something's unbalanced, you check it, especially when it comes to the law. So I do apologize. I don't have any comments. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
I will entertain a motion to resume our legislative session.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Before us, we have Resolution 17 of 2026. Mr. Truesdale, could you please read it into the record one last time?
Resolution 17, 2026, a resolution confirming the appointment of Gloria Martin Roberts to serve as Director of the Department of Building and Housing Development for the City of Harrisburg.
Thank you. Council members, are there any final questions, comments, or concerns related to Resolution 17 of 2026?
Yes, I have a comment.
Vice President Jones.
Thank you. My comment is this, simple as this. I'm going to reintroduce myself to my city. My name is Lamont Jones. I am not fearful of anyone, of their votes, or anything of that nature. I came here for a reason, to do a job. I said I would do it with fidelity. I said I would uphold our city's codes, our state's constitution, and also the government's constitution. I've been to a place where I've broken the law, and I have been held accountable. I've took myself and cleaned myself up and fought. I did not ask permission to be a part of the status quo. I did not ask permission to be a part of the status quo. And it showed when I went to court in my community that I stood in for 10 years on these playgrounds, in these schools, with no money to support this community and these children. I was attacked online during my mayoral campaign. I will be attacked again when I run for re-election next year. I am totally aware, but yet I am not afraid. I know that if some of the people that are in this room today, I gotta give you respect for your 30+ years of service of this community. As I shared with you, Madam Mayor, I am only standing on your shoulders. When you saw that Mayor Reed was out of line, you stood up. And I commend you, because that's what we need. That's what leadership is. You can't be afraid. You can't be the only leader. You have to create more. You have to create more. And I just think that the respect level has been it's a lot of disrespect that's been happening in our community from both sides. And I do not want to disrespect you. This is nothing you're going to hear online because I don't post. I'm saying to you, I have the utmost respect to you and your servitude for our city. But I cannot support this resolution for the disrespect that was held for this body, not for Lamont Jones, for this body that has been overlooked, circumvented, and disrespected. You were a council president. I watched you serve, not in those times, but I went back and did my homework. And I've watched who sat here. And we would not be here today if some of those individuals stood up when Mayor Reed took us into a $600 million deficit. This is a seat of Vanguard. We are protecting the taxpayers' dollars. And I just want to say again to my community, I am sorry that we had to go through all of this only to get a resolution to this community to properly confirm advice and consent an individual that was appointed, which was well within the mayor's power. The mayor has a tough job. City council has a tough job, but you can't be afraid and you can't bend down in the face of adversity. You have to stand up. So today, my apology is to the community. That's all I'm going to apologize for. But my vote, I cannot support it just for the disrespect and the way we did not follow the law in this particular situation. When I did not follow the law, I served time in the state penitentiary for it. And I couldn't take nobody with me. I had to go on my own. So today, I'm just saying, I'm not doing this for cheers or anything. This is real serious to me because I am tired of our community going through this. Why us? We have a black administration. We have a black council. We have to stop fighting like this and move our city. Move our city. That's it. That's all I ask. I have no more things to say.
Thank you. Are there any other comments related to Resolution 17 of 2026? I have one, so please bear with me. Ms. Gloria Martin Roberts was hired on June 4th, 2024. On June 3rd, 2024. On June 4th, 2024, Ms. Gloria Martin Roberts participated in a work session where she introduced herself as the Interim Director of Economic Development and Building and Housing. She was present to discuss, at that time, Resolution 28 of 2024, which was a resolution appointing her to serve on the Board of Directors of the Harrisburg Housing Authority, where she received a unanimous vote of 7-0. As of today, Tuesday, March 10th, 2026, Ms. Gloria Martin Roberts has been serving as the Interim Director of the Building and Housing and Economic Development for the City of Harrisburg for 645 days, 21 months, and 92 weeks. I would like to note a list of dates and invitations that were extended to Ms. Martin Roberts to attend and participate in Harrisburg City Council meetings. I've shared this list before, but I think it is pertinent to tonight's discussion. On June 4th, 2024, there was a work session. Ms. Gloria Martin Roberts confirmed her attendance and she participated. On July 2nd, 2024, there was a work session regarding Resolution 41 of 2025, which discussed the 2024 Annual Action Plan. She confirmed her attendance. July 30th, 2024, there was a special legislative session to discuss the Annual Action Plan. She confirmed her attendance. On September 3rd, 2024, there was a work session where Resolution 47 of 2024 was discussed. She cited having a commitment that evening of September 3rd, and she was unable to attend. On September 10th, 2024, there was a legislative session where Resolution 47 of 2024 was discussed further. She confirmed her attendance. September 17th, 2024, work session. This was ARPA funds update. She cited a prior arrangement to attend another program elsewhere. She could not participate. This meeting was specifically to discuss ARPA funding that was in the Building and Housing Department. October 1st, 2024, we extended a work session invitation to discuss the status updates on ARPA programs. Sire Willingham emailed noting that Ms. Martin Roberts was not well, would not be able to attend. However, she had previously confirmed her attendance on September 27th, 2024. A work session held on December 9th, 2024 to discuss Bill 9 of 2024. That was the LERTA extension. She confirmed her attendance. December 12th, 2024, that was a budget hearing. She confirmed her attendance. January 7th, 2025, there was a work session invitation extended to discuss activities related to ARPA funding. The former business administrator responded stating that Interim Director Martin Roberts would not be attending, and she provided a detailed written report for Q3 of 2024 in her quarterly report. July 1st, 2025, Annual Action Plan Invitation. Interim Director Martin Roberts noted inability to attend due to a previously scheduled vacation. July 29th, 2025, special legislative session. This was to discuss the 2025 annual action plan. She confirmed her attendance. September 10th, 2025, there was a special policy work session related to ARPA funding. She attended. December 8th, 2025, a budget hearing. She attended. December 9th, 2025, a work session discussing Bill 14 of 2025, ALERTA extension. She confirmed her attendance. I will be voting no on this resolution simply because it's a violation of the law. 645 days, 21 months, and 92 weeks in an interim director role. It's merely unacceptable, and I just don't understand, and nobody could answer my question as to why it took a motion for contempt for Miss Gloria Martin Roberts to come before council for a vote. Mr. Truesdale, call the vote.
Ms. Davis,
Yes.
Ms. Green,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Nay.
Mr. Lawson,
Yes.
Ms. Rawls,
No, because the law was violated.
Mr. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Ms. Hill.
No.
Resolution 17 of 2026 passes by a vote of 4-3.
Is there any old business for discussion? Any new business? The time is 8:27 p.m. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
We stand adjourned.